Hey Loop friends, welcome to Live Loopers. Today on Live Loopers we are going to be talking about what are the minimum requirements you need. What is the oldest iPad that you can use if you are interested in iPad looping or interested in just getting an iPad to see if you're interested in iPad looping. What do you need to get in the game? Coming up right after this. This chart right here is a graphic that shows you all of the iPads and when they came out, going all the way back to the very first one in 2010, the first generation of the iPad, and going all the way up to the most recent one as of the time of this video being filmed in 2020. And do you absolutely no good to ask me anything about any of these ones down here, because yeah, I really no idea. But I have put together a looping rig made up of old iPads from back here in the beginning, and I know quite a bit about getting old iPads and pressing them into service and doing some looping with them. So we are going to look at what we can accomplish and how old of an iPad can we accomplish it with. And right here I have the very first generation iPad going. This is the generation number 1, and right now I'm going to look up on the App Store and see if I can download a copy of Loopy HD, and we'll look at that a little bit later. I'm gonna find out as you find out. But first, let me show you my current setup using some of the iPad minis, and we shall see what kind of sounds can be produced. This is my current looping setup. This is what I use day to day playing shows and things like that. It is based on 3 iPad minis. I think 2 of them are iPad mini 2nd generation and one of them is a 3rd generation. There's also an iPod over here, which is really basically just powering my mixer. But since it's powering my mixer, I can put in a few extra sounds over there. And this iPad right here is the one I use for sound generation. It's Bluetoothed over into this keyboard so that I can do sound generation by keyboard, which is a lot easier for me. I use this iPad that's in the middle as the looper, and I have an iPad over here that I can do effects on. It's been a 6-year evolution of evolving towards this that I currently use, and yeah, I love it now. Now that I've arrived at this, this makes life really easy, and it's based on old iPads, old broken iPads. This thing has a cracked screen and doesn't even register touches on the top. But hey, you know, there's a workaround for that. So now I have hooked up this old 1st generation iPad with the Loopy HD that I've downloaded, and I set all my settings the way I like them. I have an old video if you'd like to check that out on what Loopy HD settings I use. And I am going to test this out and see if I can loop with it. So here we go. Wish me luck. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So it did connect to my connector, not a problem. And I was expecting some latency issues. They didn't materialize. Ugh, what a revolting development. I did a little more digging, a bit more research, and I have discovered, much to my chagrin, that this iPad 1st generation that I got from someone who gifted it to me saying that they didn't need their old iPad 1st generation anymore. According to its model number, which I looked up, this is actually an iPad 2nd generation. And now things make a little bit more sense, because according to everything that I had ever read before, you need at least an iPad 2nd generation because the iPad first generation, based on everything I had ever read, has too much latency, and I was expecting to uh, see how much latency it had and what that would sound like and what that would feel like. And I was expecting that maybe it wouldn't even recognize my connectors. And uh, now I do understand that this is a second generation. iPad second generation will work just fine. And there are plenty of these out there floating around for really low prices. I sound like a Apple commercial. I hate that. Places where you can buy and sell old equipment. I continue, unfortunately, to not know whether an iPad first generation would do you any good and be able to serve any of your music making needs. But let me tell you that there is a whole wide range of iPads from second generation and the iPad minis that I like to use, that are out there. People don't seem to want them anymore, but man, do they make some beautiful music and have great sound. And I see no reason why not to scoop up some of them, or one of them, or whatever's in your budget, and see if you can make some beautiful loop music. I don't know, just a suggestion. My rap name is Alex. This is Live Loopers. Thanks for checking us out, and loop on. Loop on.